Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about what are some things you can be doing when there's a layoff going on, how to keep yourself busy. Before we get to the content, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Please be sure to hit that notification bell when you do subscribe because I upload whenever I want. Let's get to the content. So this is going to be a stream of consciousness here again, in that I'm going to mind dump all the things that I do whenever there's a layoff going on. The first thing I do is that I make sure that I am present at work. What that means is if there's any work that needs to be done that is asked of your boss, that is asked of your coworkers, be there for them. How you show up is really going to impact your future possibilities with that company and future companies as well, because believe it or not, the oil and gas industry is a small town. Whenever people see on your resume that you work for company X and they know somebody at company X, they'll pick up that phone and call company X and call manager Y to see how was candidate Z. So that is how things work, especially during the final days or potential final days whenever layoffs are going on. Number two, I go to a ton of networking events whenever things like this are going on. So for example, I went to 2 networking events already today. First networking event I went to was a breakfast, and it's called the Breakfast Club in the Permian Basin, where people from all over the Permian Basin, particularly in the Midland, Odessa area, come together third Thursday every month from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and you eat some breakfast, eat some food, and chat with people and chat with good people and hang out with people, as well as learn the different introductions that everyone has. So what kind of services people have to offer. So I've been really exploring that area or those networking events. Another networking event I went is called Oilfield Christian Fellowship. I actually did not know about OCF and it existed in other places outside of Oklahoma City until 10 years later. I was on a call from somebody with one of my contacts a few months ago, and that's going to be TBD. I'll let you know what that collaboration was going to be about. But I was on a call with them a few weeks ago and they were telling me about Oilfield Christian Fellowship, and I told them, oh, I remember that from Oklahoma City. And then he said, do you know there's one in Midland as well, right? I'm like, really? So I started Google searching and I found that there was an event that is happening today, and I showed up today, and I'm going to potentially be a speaker for that whenever they have something available. So those are 2 examples. I was able to put myself out there, and then not only that, I was able to announce the Oilfield Christian Fellowship event at the Breakfast Club event. So I was able to develop those relationships with people and people who are showing up to the Oilfield Christian Fellowship event. Just because, and that was just demonstrating the level of influence or the level of impact of what you can have just by spreading the word of something that is going on. So going to a ton of networking events is great. SPE at your various sections is also great. Going to conferences is also a great idea. So just putting yourself out there, and not for the reason of actively looking for a job, but just knowing people that you exist, that you are out there, that you are active, and that you are willing to talk to somebody. It will uplift your mood and you will learn about a lot of great information that's going on in the community. Number 3, new hobbies. So for me, some of the hobbies I picked up were Bharatanatyam and BJJ, Midland BJJ. So Midland BJJ is where I go to, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, hardest thing in the world. But I also picked up swimming. So those are just a few of the skills that I do to occupy my time in order for me to do everything that I can to maintain my mental health, maintain my physical activity, maintain my physical health. And that's some of the stuff that I do as far as picking up new hobbies. In fact, I even hired a new personal trainer for my workouts and for my physical fitness. We're gonna work on my upper body, and I'm gonna get my first pull-ups, guys. We'll see how that goes. The next thing I'd like to talk about as far as what to do is soft searching. And let's be real. Whenever you're putting yourself out there in the community, you're also soft searching. So soft searching means that look for the jobs that are available, but don't apply for them yet because you don't know what the fate or yours is for a company, for a particular company. But just knowing what the jobs are out there and then sharing it with other people, sharing all that information with other people is very important. So soft searching is what I would also suggest. And then finally, what I would suggest if you aren't hard searching and you prefer to soft search, is providing knowledge. So doing this YouTube video alone is a way for me to provide knowledge for other people. Doing a podcast and interviewing some people have been great opportunities for me to provide knowledge for other people. My LinkedIn posts have been pretty impactful for people. And then my social media platforms. I think most recently I was announced as one of the most one of the bigger oil and gas influencers, in the industry. So that was quite an honor, even though that was not even the intention of why I was doing everything that I'm doing to begin with. People are watching, making yourself visible is really important, and also taking care of yourself. So those are the 3 themes that I would suggest that you need to focus on whenever there are layoffs going on. As usual, please be sure to like this video, and that's a wrap, everybody. Subscribe so you can get more content in oil, gas, and professional development topics, and comment below so you can get more, so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. This is Yogesh Pradhan. A lot of people call me Yoshi Pradhan, and I'm signing out.